and gentlemen, what should I say? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the woodshed. Drop. At the beginning of 2020, I purchased this property and building with the intentions of starting a commercial venture. Most of you know that I have an amazing shop that I built on my own property, but that is closed to the public because it is on my home. For the past few years, I have been looking for a place to buy, turn into a workshop for employees, and also have a safe address to sell things directly to consumers. And that is exactly what this new space is going to be used for. And while I love my job and always hope to have a place in it, there are a lot of different variables that could put me in a bind when it comes to work. If I get hurt and can't build, or if you guys no longer care to watch my videos, or maybe I'm not going to be able to keep up with the pace that the system demands. So I want to diversify and make sure that I have something to fall back on should I ever not be able to make content any longer, or at the same rate. That is the rational side of my mind justifying it, but honestly, I just want to do all of the things. Everything sounds like so much of a blast. In this new space, the woodshed, I'm going to be starting 3 new branches of business that are all going to be able to be independent of one another, but also feed into one another. The 3 branches are going to be custom CNC work, a milling business, and also distributing tools and equipment for companies that need a central US location. Okay, so come on inside and I will show you around. The first branch of business that I'm really going to put all my effort into at the beginning is going to be starting custom CNC work. I am in love with CNC. It really all got started whenever I got my Laguna 4x8 in my own personal shop, and it really clicked on how versatile and useful this tool is. I actually do a lot of projects that I don't show on YouTube on my CNC for companies all across Texas. And that's what got me thinking I want to invest more effort into making this a standalone business. Then last year I was very fortunate to run across an opportunity to buy 2 4x8 ShopBot machines. A big makerspace had closed down and they were getting rid of all of their equipment. So I've actually had these 2 machines hanging around. They do need some work, but I am willing to put in the effort in order to get them back up and running so that I can have 3 machines for the business. So after the 2 ShopBots are up and running, then I'll move the Laguna over and I'll have all 3 running over in this space, and then have the other half of my personal shop back to myself to grow into over time. So with that, if you have a business where you need production work or items cut out in bulk, then please reach out. I'm in Central Texas, but of course things ship all over the place all the time. So this is the general shop and what will be the main work area, and then in the back is the CNC area. Then also behind that is the attached apartment where somebody can always live here and be on site. It might not look like it, but we have done so much work in here already in the past month. Then the second branch of business was going to be a milling business. If you haven't watched the videos, Matt Cremona designed this bandsaw mill and built one, and then him and 2 other friends joined me in Texas and built another one in 5 days. Ever since building it, I have been itching to start up a small milling business. But it got really tricky whenever the mill was in my home property because I felt it was unsafe to have people dropping off logs to my place or coming by to pick up slabs. So with this new commercial building, it actually has this beautiful big awning. It's not beautiful, I shouldn't say that. It will be though. It has this big awning in the back that the mill can fit underneath perfectly and be protected from the weather. We're going to be selling slabs, of course, and then also eventually live edge furniture. In addition to the bandsaw mill, there are a ton of different projects out here that I want to get to. One thing that I'm so excited to tackle is this old tree house. I really want to tear it down. There's actually only 1 screw holding up that entire bridge. So that's going to come down, and I think it would be magical to have a floating deck 6 feet up in the trees. And that way, if you come to the hill country in Texas, you can actually get lunch here and then go up on the deck and sit underneath the shade of the oak trees in the hill country at the Hill Country Woodshed. Then the third branch is going to be distributing tools and equipment for companies that need a location in central US. There are a lot of companies that produce really good, high quality products, but just don't have a US distributor or maybe a distributor in central US. And so I'm getting my toes wet into it and at least exploring to see if that's something that I can fulfill with the space that I have. The overall goal is to not only make this place something that you can come and buy a slab out of or a piece of furniture, but also just a overall experience. I really like the idea of having kind of unique items that aren't sold in too many other places, or maybe you have to go to a trade show to actually put your hands on it and demo something. And instead, if you come here, then I will have a wide array of things that you can put your hands on that you can't really get anywhere else. But like I said, I have to keep quiet on what I have in the works for this, but definitely more information to come on it. My ultimate plan for this space is this is going to be the storefront for slabs and furnitures and products and anything else that we're actually going to be selling. It's so great because there's like large bay doors everywhere. There's big man doors that go exit to the sides of the buildings. Also, at the start of January, I hired 3 new employees, which is kind of a big deal. You know, for years, I've run myself into the ground just keeping up with the content creation side of things, which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love, but it is a lot of work. So 3 new employees that are drastically gonna change my life and 2020. 2 you'll probably see a lot working with me or in the background of my videos. That's gonna be Jake and Terry. I hired a full-time videographer and editor so that I can focus my attention more on designing and building rather than having to stop and manage the video as well. There was already an internally built up wall that we demoed because it wasn't needed, but then we did keep a room that was already insulated and AC'd, and we turned that into the shipping area. My mom is my entire shipping department. So if you ever support me by ordering a product, my mom is actually the one who puts it in the envelope and sends it out to you. And she's been doing that out of her home, and my poor dad's garage has been taken over with all of my products and inventory. And so now my mom has her entire shipping department and office here at the woodshed. So that means if you stop in and see me, you can also stop in and say hello to my mama. You better be nice. It's really cool. This property came with so many storage units, and I thought about keeping them, maybe even turning a few of them into a kiln. However, I'd really like this space instead. So these are currently getting torn down, and this is gonna open up the front of the area because this is a main road where I really want the visibility and the curb appeal. So I do have plans for this, but I think I'm gonna keep those quiet for now. A little bit of suspense. Should I tell them what this is gonna be? Or should I keep it a secret? You don't know what it's gonna be? I thought I told you. This is gonna be so cool. I cannot wait. I want a moving figurine, almost like an old whirly gig. Typically you see them as men, to where they're like chopping wood and then the log like splits. I wanna do that, but on a large scale, and then of course, it'd be in a woman. So imagine like a 10 or 12 foot figurine chopping wood right in front of the woodshed logo, and it be actually moving. That's gonna be a fun project. As you can see, there's still a ton of things to do and so many projects that I'm very much looking forward to tackling. One of the things I'm very excited about is as I do these projects and make videos of them, now this is a space where you guys, if you're ever in Texas, can stop in and actually experience them and get to see them in person. So on that note, if you're ever in Central Texas, feel free to stop by the woodshed. And maybe I'm here, but maybe I'm not, but there's definitely gonna be people here and you can start seeing these things in real life. Now, I am planning on having a big kind of shop warming party or grand opening event, and things are a little tentative right now, of course, with the coronavirus, but right now it's going to be scheduled for the first Saturday of June. If you want, please follow me on Instagram and Facebook in order to catch updates on if that event's going to be moving forward and then times. So if you can make it, then of course I would love to see you. It's just going to be like a giant maker meetup. Okay, that's it for this one. Stay tuned for future projects, and thank you all for all of the support that you've always given me over the years. I'm still loving doing this, and I'm loving bringing you guys along. So for the first time, let me sign off from the woodshed. Oh, that's cool. Got goosebumps. Okay.
I'll loosen it.
I wanted to use the cleaver. All right, who wants some champagne?
Our classes in celebration and toast April for continued success, prosperity, health, and blessings upon everything she dreams, touches, or attempts. To April.
People are going to be like, why is the axe upside down?